Okay, so this was the program. Last week we have discussed about the switch case statement, and in terms of the interview, switch case statement is very important. Okay, so they will ask you hundreds of questions on switch case statement, how the switch case is working, and understanding switch case is very important. And don't by heart like this. Always I have to keep 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Uh, Try to understand what is the purpose of the break, how this is executing, what is the flow of this one. That's what we need to understand. Okay. So let me rewind the last class in 2 minutes. Then let me try to jump to the more detailed about the switch case statement. Okay. So the same program, whenever we have a requirement, like a series of conditions or a sequence of conditions to be executed one after the other one, then switch case or else if is preferred. However, the difference is switch case takes less time when compared with the else if statement, because switch case will be having an index to identify the true condition. It was our last class discussion. Okay, I will let you know when we cannot use switch case. We are forced to use else if also at the end of the switch case statement. But try to understand more about the switch case statement, how this one is working. Okay, so when we have this pattern, the switch will come to here, will be executing in this pattern. Here we have some set of conditions to be executed. When we said about the conditions, is nothing but a case here. And mainly in interview point of view, what are the different questions we were supposed to face is, first thing, do we need to place the conditions in the same order? Means case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, we have 4 cases. Do I need to use the same sequence? And remember, when any one of the condition, any one of the case is matching with the given value, then the respective case will be executed. It was our scenario. So just to know, let me run the last class program once. Okay, so enter A comma B values. I will try to key in A and B values. So enter your choice. At this moment, I'm giving 3. So choice is 3. Then directly it will jump to line number 51. Okay, line number 51. So it will execute the multiplication and it will execute. So in interviews, like I said, don't by heart any program. Try to understand the function behind this one, logic behind this one, how the functions are executing. Okay. So now what are you supposed to do is, can I do like this or not? Let me replace case 4. Let me put it in 1. And maybe case 2, let me change the order. Okay, change the order like this. I don't want to put them in the same order like this. Okay. So can we put like this or not? So what do you guess? What is your answer to this one? Okay. Just your guess. Type yes or no. At least 2 or 3 responses I just would like to see. When you work with the switch case statement, if I put like this, is that going to execute the program, or is that breaks, or is that gives the error? So basically, what are you expecting? You can type, you can just think for 2 minutes. Okay. And you can type Strigal says it works normally. Okay. I need more response. Yes. Meghna says it will execute. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that is the correct. So you guys are understanding exactly. So this one will execute in the same manner. So remember, it will only matching for the required case. It doesn't matter what kind of order you are giving, because order is not important. Only the index is important. Maybe in your point of view here, to understand in easiest way, you have given 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I will give 4 for add, 6 for subtraction, 8 for multiplication, 10 for division also. So this is only user-defined program in this way that you are trying to execute the program. Okay. So however, the order is not important. So now I'm doing another change in the program. I'm trying to copy the default statement. I'm trying to put it in the beginning. Okay, I'm trying to put it in the beginning. Now let me try to ask another question. Now, if user runs user runs the program, assumes that user have given a choice of four. Is that going to execute the default statement or is that going to execute the case 4? Okay, you can type in. If you think when I give input, the default statement will be executed, you can type default. Or else, if you think the 4 will be executed, you can give the 4 also. Okay, I see 2 4s. Okay. Any more? Okay. Okay, great. All you said 4. Okay, that is also correct. Okay, so order is not important. So when the default will be executed is if none of the conditions are not matching, then it will go to execute the default one. So order is not at all important. So when do we need to use the break? What happens if I don't use the break when I'm trying to run this code? Okay, so let me roll back to the previous state. Okay, so this is the program to find out addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So do I need to use the break always? Now answer is no. Then when do I need to use the break? When I can skip using the break. So in C#.NET, there is one role which is called as the break fall through rule. Okay, break fall through rule. So what is the break fall through rule is? When you define a case, when you define a case 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the cases you are trying to define, if there are no executable statements, if I try to comment out this one, then break is not required. But in this case, what happens is when you try to key in 1, it will try to do the subtraction only. Probably it cannot find out the addition. So basically, when this kind of things will work says, okay, every case statement in a switch case statement, a break is required when there is executable statements under this one. Suppose there is no executable statements, then you can skip the break. Okay, you can skip the break. Now, let us try to change the requirement of the program so that you can imagine when this kind of cases you are supposed to define. In this particular program, what is the expected output is if user enters 1, 2, or 3, okay, 1, 2, or 3, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, 4 for division. It was the context that we have given. Now, think in a different way. If user enters 1 or 2 or 3, then find out the addition. Okay, see the condition. Earlier, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, 4 for division. Now, slightly changing the requirement. If you enter any one of the numbers in 1, 2, 3, it has to find out the addition only. If I change the condition like this, probably we may expect the program like this. Okay, so we may expect the program like this. Okay, so now I'm just trying to change the requirement of the program. Okay, so 1 or 2 or 3, then find out the addition. Okay, then find out the addition. So ignore rest. As of now, we were focusing on these 3 only, 1 or 2 or 3, then addition. Means even you enter 1, find out addition only. Even you enter 2, then find out addition only. Even 3, then also you have to find out addition only. In all the cases, we were supposed to find out addition only. Then how to do the changes in program? How to do the changes in program? Okay, so probably this is what we were expecting. Case 1 addition, case 2 also addition, and case 3 also addition. This is what the program is expecting. Even 1, find out addition only. Even 2, find out addition only. Even 3, find out the addition only. So this is what our expectation. Now, maybe my client have changed their mind. Not 1, 2, or 3. Maybe for 4 and 5 also, or else like this. 1, 2, 3, not addition, try to find out the subtraction. My client have changed their mind. Then probably what you need is you have to go everywhere. You have to change the logic. Here, the context we need to understand is here. This is the simple addition. You can go to each one and you can try to change the plus to minus. That will work. But imagine you wrote a logic in that program for case 1, 1000 lines, case 2, 1000 lines, case 3 also 1000 lines. Now client, the same code executable code means the logic is same for 1 and same for 2 and same for 3 also. The logic is same. So the same logic, I put it under case 1, 2, and 3 simultaneously. Then my client have changed it. Then I need to change the logic for when user press run 1 or 2 or 3. So then probably what I need is when I write 1000 lines of code in case 1, case 2, case 3, I have to go each line of the code. I have to do the changes. That is very difficult. In that case, we have to work with a fall through rule. So what is fall through rule is when you are asked to do same logic for 1, 2, and 3, when client have given 1, 2, and 3, when the logic is same to be executed, then don't write the logic under each case because the logic is same for 1, 2, 3. Then remove the logic here, remove the logic here also. Then under case 3, I wrote the logic. This is the last case in my point of view. Okay, last case in my point of view. Now what happens is, if you press 1, it will come to here. Whenever it finds the true condition or a matching condition, okay, whenever it finds the true condition or a matching condition, if you enter 1, okay, if you enter 1, 1 will be executed. It will keep on executing unless it finds the break. Okay, unless it finds the break state. Means, what is the purpose of the break in switch case statement is, whenever it finds the break, it will terminate from there. It will terminate from there. Now, when you enter 1, initiated executing the switch case, but after 1, it do not found any break, so that it will continue to execute the next lines also. In case 2 also, we don't write. Actually, it's not aware of either case 2 exists there or not. It's not aware of it. Whenever it finds the matching condition in a switch case, it will keep executing the statements unless it finds the break. That is the breaking point to the switch case execution. I have given 1. It has looking for the executable statements. There are no executable statements under case 1. Then it will go to the case 2, no executable statements. Then it will go to the case 3 and it find 1 executable statements. Then it finds the break. It will terminate from the switch case statement. Okay. In terms of the standards, in terms of the understanding the syntax, whenever it finds the true condition, it will keep on executing unless it finds the break. For it doesn't matter what is the okay. So for that, it doesn't matter what are the other conditions when it matches the first condition. So in this particular case, when you're given 1, what happens is it do not have any executable statements under 1. It don't even think case 2 exists here. Simply it will keep on executing unless it finds the break. The same rule applicable for case 2 also. Okay, same rule is applicable to case 2 also. Now, not 1 you have given 2. It will come to case 2. It will try to find if there is any executable statement here. as there is no executable statement, it will go to the case 3 and it will execute a break as well. Okay, so when there is a series of conditions and our operator like this, we have to follow this structure. And remember, under a case, if it is empty case, that is accepted. But if I write a case like this, okay, if I write a case like this, if I don't put a break, then it won't accept. Okay, it won't accept it. Okay, remember, break is used to break the execution of the terminator of the switch case statement. That is the first one. A case statement can be written without executable statements. Means without writing any executable statements, we can put a case in switch case statement. When you don't put executable statements under a switch case statement, it will execute the following subsequent cases also, unless it finds the break. Unless it finds the break. And if you put an executable statements in a condition and you are enforced to keep the break as well. So three conditions we were talking. The first one is a case statements can be written without executable statement also. That is the first case. The second one, as there are no executable statements, if it matches to the respective case, it will try to execute following subsequent cases unless it finds the break. It will keep on executing all. The second one, if you write the third one, if you keep an executable statement under a break, you are enforced to use the, if you are using a executable statements under a case, you are enforced to use the break as well. Okay, it won't accept if you don't keep the break in the program. So this is what the switch case will work. Okay, so the real-time example for this kind of things is, okay, so very common program if you are having the experience before. Okay, so what are the vowel sounds we have? A, E, I, O, U. Okay, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so we have to say enter a letter. Okay, enter a letter. If you enter A, E, I, O, U, any one of them, it has to say this is a vowel sound, or else it has to say this is not a vowel sound. Okay, so that's what we have to write the program. So in this program, what happens? When user enters A, E, I, O, U, the logic is same. For all, we have to display the same executable statements, or else it has to display the else part only. Means there is no separate execution for A, E, I, O, U. Then in those kind of cases, we have to work with this kind of things. Okay, so let us try to do this program. So basically what you need is, you have to enter a character. You have to enter a character. You have to enter a character. Then here not A and B. You are not using A and B. Let us try to use the string. You can take the character also. Let me take. Input equal to console dot wait key. Okay, I'm not sure the character will work or not, but if it did not work, I will try to change it to the string. Okay, so we have to key in a character. Okay, we have to key in a character. Okay, so if the character is in AEIOU, then we have to say the given character is the vowel sound, or else we have to say a non-vowel sound. Okay, because so let me keep like this. I will let you know why I keep dot to string, dot to lower and up. So here the concept is whenever user enters a character like A, E, I, O, U, any one of them, your system has to detect as the vowel sound or else it has to tell as the non-vowel sound. Okay. So here keep A, E, I, O, U. Okay. Here what happens is irrespective of the A, E, I, O, U, when the given character matches to any one of this A, E, I, O, U, then it has to say the vowel sound only. So probably using our previous experience, we may be writing a code like this. Okay, we may be writing a code like this in all under all statements. Okay, maybe we expect the code like this. Okay, suppose if we run the code now, enter a character. Let me give E, enter. Okay, so this one says it's a vowel sound. Just keep on breakpoint here. Okay, I'm giving E. Okay, so it will convert into E. It will come to AE. It means it will come to the line number 19. It will display as the vowels. Maybe what your client is asking is, for me, this sentence doesn't look good. Instead of it's a vowel sound, client want the statement like this. This is a vowel sound. You don't want this. It is the requirement. So if I write the program like this, what happens is you need to go every line. Okay, you need to go every line. You have to change the like this. What if instead of this or that, I have some 1,000 lines of code under case A? Do I need to go the each statement? So if you run the program now, you can see the same output. Okay, so it will go to the U, it will display. So when you need to write, okay, when you need to write like this. Okay, so now what you can do is don't write any executable statement here because the executable code is same. Yeah, the executable code is same. Don't write any one of the code like this because the executable code is same. Now suppose client, if your client want it roll back to yes, this is vowel sound. Simply you need to do change in the last case only. So when the switch case is enforced like this is multiple conditions with the same executable statements, multiple cases with the same executable statements, then this kind of structure is expected. Now what happens is it doesn't matter what you enter A, E, I, O, U. It will try to execute till line number 2 because that is where it finds the true condition. Now run this program. I will input A as the input. Okay, input. See, it has come to here. It will go to A. it's going to directly executable statements. Okay, so it doesn't matter when you go AEIOU, it will go to the 21 statement only, because that is where it finds the first executable statements under switch case statement. Now, even you have given I as the input, okay, I as the input, then also it will go to line number 21 only. So when there are multiple conditions, one after the other one, we have to use like this. But if I try to put, okay, if I try to put a executable statements under any one of the other conditions, again, you are enforced to use the break. Okay, if I try to run like this, it will throw the error. See, it will show the there are some build errors in this program. Okay, so it will accept when there is no statement only. But if you place a break here, okay, if we keep a break here, again, that is accepted. Okay, now for AEIOU, it will execute this one. For O and U, this will execute like this. Suppose if I keep like this, okay, if I keep like this, then what happens is, if I enter A, E, I, then it will display as this is vowel sound. If I enter O or U, then it will display it's a vowel sound. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, if I give A, see, from here, it will go to 19. 19 will be executed. As it finds the break, it will come out of the loop. It will come out of 34. Okay, like this. This is the whole sum. Okay, if you enter O or U, okay, it will come to this one directly. Hmm? If you enter any other character than P, it will say invalid choice. It will come to the break. Okay, it will display like this, a invalid choice. Anything left? And switch. Yeah, the other one. Why I have converted like this is C#.NET is, if you see, locate here, I said input dot to string dot to lower. So basically what it will do is, if you enter a capital letter, it will convert into the small letter. Okay, to lower stands for the lowercase. As this is the character, I'm converting it to string. That string we need to convert into lower format, means small letters. Because if you don't use this, if you don't use to lower string, if we try to run the program, if we try to run the program, if we give capital A, it cannot match with any one of the record. It will say invalid choice. See, it will say invalid choice because C#.NET is the case sensitive. Okay, case sensitive. Then probably what you need to do is you have to add other cases also. Okay, like this, we have to add capital letter for all. Now, if you run the program, if we go small a and capital A, it will work. Okay, A will work. This will display, this is the vowel sound. And capital A also will work because we have added capital A condition also. Okay, capital A also, this is a vowel sound, it will display. And again, for E and I will not work because for E and I do not include the capital letter in this one. So this is the way the switch case statement works. Okay, so in interview point of view, you will be encountered number of questions on this one. Okay, right. So all of you understand what is the difference between switch case and else if, and when we have to go for switch case and else. Okay, so that is the another discussion level. So when I need to go switch case statement or else if statement is, if there are sequence of conditions with AND and OR operator, then else if is required, because here I cannot keep and be like this. That throws the error. The Boolean operators, okay, the Boolean operators like this, we cannot work on it. When there are multiple conditions, AND operator, OR operator, okay, in one thing, another thing like this. If there are multiple conditions, probably switch case is not highly flexible, then you can go for the else if statement. Okay, so interview questions. When obviously they will ask when switch and else if are doing same, what is the other difference it makes? Means when I have to use the else if statement, when I have to use the switch case statement. Okay, so we have to be aware of it. Okay, guys, do you understand the else if? Say yes or no. Okay, great. Yes, sure. Okay. Um, okay, suppose if there are more than one conditions, means if you look at here, case A and case B, if it is the else if statement, how we can write is, okay, if it is else if statement, how you can write is, if character is equal to A, R operator, character is equal to B, like this you can write. If it is the same program, if you wanted to do using else if, you can write like this. If I try to do the same thing here, it means whatever R operator that you are trying to use, if I try to use the same operator here, B, it will push the error. Probably AND or Boolean operators, I cannot work on it. So when there is a complex logic with AND or operators together, then you are preferred to use else if statement. Not like this. This is the plain conditions like this. Then you are preferred to use the else if statement. Okay. So are you clear, Stregal? Okay, great. Okay. So now let us see one example using Windows applications, how to proceed with the else if statement. So Windows is, as I said, I will go with both Windows and console applications in simultaneous. Like I said, console applications are easy to see the code flow, but probably in real time, mostly we don't have Windows applications also. We have to work with the web application. Okay. So what we need is we have to design a form, a Windows form like this. So in the Windows form, you have to define a label, select, and you have to define a drop down. Okay, a drop down. In the drop down, okay, so you have to keep a drop down. When you click on this drop down, you need to get some options here. Okay, you need to get some options. So what are the options you need is, okay, when someone clicked on this drop down, you need some options. In those options, we need like this: add, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, 4 options. So in the drop down, if we select add, it has to find out the addition. In the drop down, if we select subtraction, it has to find out the subtraction, multiplication, or division. So based on the selected item in the dropdown, it has to perform the respective operations. So that is what our requirement. Okay. So let me keep a button as well here. I will keep a button. Okay. So in the button, I will find logic as something. Okay. Proceed, I can keep. So when I click on proceed, if in the dropdown, if I choose add, it has to find out the addition. Okay, if I choose subtraction or multiplication, the respective one, it has to find out. So this we have to do using a Windows program, a Windows application. So that I will try to open a new application, 2022, create a new project. Okay, Windows app, click next. Switch and Windows. Okay, so we have the form. First, let us design the form. So go to the toolbox when you work with the Windows. Drag the label. I have taken a label control. To this label, I will give the text as enter, sorry, select choice. See guys, this concepts already I have told before, means what are the properties and all. Request you go through the videos if you don't remember it. Then let me draw a combo box. Can you see the combo box? So this is the combo box and drag it to the form. So to this combo box, add the options. Okay, so what are the options we said? Addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. Add, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, 4 choices we have to add. Then take a button here. The name of the button I'm giving as text of the button I'm giving as, okay, calculate. That means whatever choice I have chosen in the combo box, I have to calculate it. Then let it be taking 2 values for A and B. Okay, I would like to take 2 values for A and B. So I have taken 2 labels to understand. So let me rename label as enter A value. And let me rename it as enter B value. Okay, like this. A value, B value, you have to key in. Then let us take the text boxes. We need the text boxes. Here is text box. Okay. So I have taken 2 text boxes. You can double click or you can drag any one of them you can do. Okay. So, and rename the text box names because easy to remember. So by default, it comes with index 1, 2, 3 like this. I will name it as txt a var. And to the other one, I would say click on it, then focus your mouse, text viewer like this. Okay, you have designed the form. Now let it be take another label here. Okay, another label here. And I would like to change the font style of it. Okay, I'm going to the font section and just try to put it in bigger font and make it bold. Okay, and change the font color also. Click OK. Then go to the font color, try to change the color to blue or something so that it has more visibility. Okay, like this. So I will run the application. I will try to re-explain the logic. Okay, so this is our form. Now in the dropdown, you can see the options: add, subtraction, multiplication, division. I will change the option. I will enter the values. When I click on calculate, if I select add here, it has to find out addition of A and B. Okay, so based on the selected item, okay, based on the selected item, the respective operation it has to perform here. So that is the required logic. So this logic have to be happen in button click when I click on this button. So better to change this button to here so that it has more visibility, user flexible. Okay, so double click on the button. Here you have to start the writing code. See button 1 underscore click. When you double click on the button, this one will automatically focus into here. Now, let me define three variables. Okay, string choice, int a comma b. Three variables I have taken. Now, whatever option I'm choosing from the dropdown, okay, from this dropdown, whatever option I'm choosing, I'm trying to save that option to the choice. Okay, ch is equal to, okay, ch is equal to. I don't think I have given a name to this one, but let me try to give it to the drop down. It is combo box one, but let me change it. Okay, math CB stands for combo box math. Okay, user defined. Whatever name you want, you can use. Okay, so CB dot math I have used it. Okay, so basically CH equal to CB dot math dot selected item dot to string. A selected item dot to string. Okay, keep it selected text. Okay, so means when I run the combo box, whatever option I am choosing, if I choose add, this value become add. If I choose subtract, this value becomes subtract. So whatever value is there in combo box, I'm trying to read it and trying to put it in this one. Then take the A value. A value, you have to convert into the integer format. And I'm trying to key in the A value in text box. So these things already I discussed it. I hope you understand. But anyone, if you don't understand, let me know. What is text eval dot text? Okay, b equal to int dot parse text b wall that text is the another one. Okay, so I have taken a value and b value. This is where you can start writing switch case statement. Switch of ch. Okay, switch dot ch dot convert into the lower, because we have given first letter capital letter in all. Okay, if you look at the items, okay, whatever items that we key in, the first one we have taken as the capital. In fact, we have taken all capital letters. Suppose you can give like this also, one capital and the, I mean, first letter capital and remaining small letter. Like this also some people prefer. So it is the reason it doesn't matter either capital letter or the small letters. I'm trying to convert into lower letters, small letters. Okay, so start writing your cases. Int add means if I choose add, you have to find out addition of given numbers. Okay, to then A comma B comma A plus B. And as we said, break is mandatory. Okay, we have to keep break after every statement. Break is C. See, if there is any executable statements, you should have break under it. So let it be put a break. And duplicate cases, it won't accept. Subtraction means 2 times I cannot keep add. So it will confuse. Okay. Okay. Like this. So not console.writeLine, right? It has to display in the label. Let me give a name to this label also. As of now, it has a label name as label 4. We can make it as label result. Okay, so that easy to remember. Because if there are multiple labels, we cannot remember which label we have to display. So label result dot text equal to. Okay, so in that label, I would like to display the text format. Okay, sorry, I'm confused with the console applications. Okay, so we have to say like this. If it is console, we can write like this, as this is the Windows application. A dot toString, it will display the A value plus okay, some space in it, then append the B value. Then plus equal to plus C dot toString. Okay, I hope you remember what plus will do. Plus will do the concatenation, left and right values, it will add as the single string. Okay, so A dot toString, it will display the A value, then plus will append, then B dot toString, it will display the B value, then equal to will append, then addition of A plus B. A plus B to string. So remember why I'm doing this conversion of change is this is the text format. Okay, this is the text format, but by default, A is the integer here. Means when you try to add, okay, when you try to add, either we can add 10 plus 10, that result we can say 20. Or 10 plus 10, we can say 10, we can say, and the result would be 10, 10. That is also fine. But we cannot add like this. One number and one string, we cannot add. That is the error. So that is the error. So that as A is the integer, I'm trying to convert all into the same format. Okay, so A I'm converting into string format, then plus I'm appending here, then B I'm converting to string format. Sorry, integer format. Okay, so A, B. Okay, I'm trying to convert into this format, string format, plus A plus B. The result also I'm trying to convert into string format because this label can store the value in the string format only. So these are the string conversions. A string conversion, an integer number we are trying to convert into string formats. Okay, so if it is the subtraction or multiplication, we have to do the respective changes. Okay, so if it is multiplication, try to keep minus, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and the respective operation also. Minus, into, and division. Okay. Also, we can include the default statement as well. Okay. So in the default statement, we have to tell invalid choice. Okay. like this. Okay, now let us run this program once. Okay, so this is your form. Select subtraction, enter A value, enter B value, click on calculate. Subtraction invalid choice. Okay, so keep a breakpoint, check out this. Okay, I choose subtraction, A value 10, B value. So the text is continuous. Just give me 1 second. Some error is showing. I will try to fix it. Yeah, guys, give me 1 second. Sorry. There is another way to do it, but this is the standard way. Let me figure out it. If we don't get it, I will tell you the other.
सर सिलेक्टेड आइटम डॉट वैल्यू आएगा क्या?
Yeah, I have tried it. Hmm. This should work. But let us selected item should work, actually, but not sure why this one is not. Set to string. Okay. So I don't understand the issue, but it should be able to give the value as well. Means like this, ch equal to uh, the checkbox item. Okay, so actually this line should work, but I'm not sure why this one is not working. I will check out reason for it. I will try to clarify that in the next class. But as of now, try to read the value in this way. This is too early because we were not aware of the classes and objects yet. And this is called as another concept, which is called as the type conversion. And probably we do not discuss about these concepts. When we start classes and objects, then I will let you know what is object and line number 25 and 26. This is too early to put this code here, but however, just remember like this. So whatever value is there, I'm reading into here. Like I said, the previous line should work. Selected item dot value or text dot value, both should work actually. But I'm not sure why those are not working in this context. Okay. So I will try to figure it out why this line is not working. So basically what it will do is whatever text in this drop down item, the set of items we had assigned here, from the assigned items, whatever item we have selected, suppose if I choose add, that add should be coming to here. If I choose subtraction, the subtraction should be coming here. That is the expected flow. However, this particular property is not working. It's not taking the selected value from this particular dropdown. So I put it in different way. And like I said, this is too early. What is object? If you are new to the classes and objects concept, this is too early to discuss about it. But just remember, this is called as an object format, and this is called as the typecasting. Okay, I will let you know when we discuss classes and objects what exactly typecasting. So in order to give the simple definition, if we don't know what is the target data type, means if I said int a equal to 10, a equal to 10, I know a value is 10. The input value is 10. Like this, I can guess it. Suppose if I don't know what is the value to be stored here, means sometimes it could be 10 like this, or it could be like this, or it could be combination of these two like this. Then what I will do is I don't know the target data type, so that I will keep it as the a standard format which takes the any data type, that is called as the object format. So that's what I have used the alternative method, as I could not able to select the value of the selected item into the string format. So basically the selected value, it's not giving in the text format, it is giving in the object format. See, so it could not able to store that value into the string format. That is the error I can see. So that I have taken into the object format. And again, that object format, again, I am converting into the string format. This is called as the type conversion. So like I said, this is too early to focus on these two, but try to focus on the remaining things. Consider like you are using this line, you are able to read this value. Then this will be coming to here and capable to do the remaining operations. You just run your application. Okay. Let me take the multiplication 10 and 30, calculate. So CH dot lower, the multiplication is the value. This one will come to line number 41. Okay. So in the label, it will try to display 10 into 30 equal to 300. Okay, the value we can see. As this is the combo box. See, if you want to stop debugging, you can go to the debug menu, just click on disable. So division, it will find out addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You can change the values to see the division output. Okay, like this it will work. I will try to figure it out, but this is the expected flow. It should take the selected text from there. It will try to put it into the text format. Okay, maybe these two lines are new for you. Ignore for now. Take a break for 10 minutes. Exactly, I will come back at 9:55. Okay. Okay, guys, all of you are back. Hello, can you hear me? Sai?
Yes, sir.
No. Okay, so this is the way to work with the Windows application. I have to start looping concept, but it seems many are absent. Okay, so what we do is in the real-time architecture, it is very rare that you need to work on Windows application also. And just to remember, whatever concepts we will learn in next 2 weeks, the Windows application and OOPS concept, that is not directly linked to the real-time applications. So mostly in real time, what happens is you are supposed to work on the web applications. Even I work for initial days of my career for a year or 2 years on Windows application, but last 10 years, I'm completely working on the web application also. I mean to say, you will be getting 80 to 90% of the requirement on web application. But then why we were discussing the console applications and Windows applications is this is the way to learn the concepts, OOPS concept, how things are working. Then when you jump to the web application, we don't discuss all these basics actually. Okay, you have to apply your skills that you are learning here in console and Windows applications into the web applications. Okay, so I mean to say, when you try to work with the Windows application, try to learn the concepts that you can apply on the web application. Okay, so I think due to Shivaratri or something, few other guys are absent today. I have to start OOPS concept, loops and OOPS concept. Probably I will start that on tomorrow. But today, try to learn few other Windows concepts we have. Okay, like I said, not much important in real time, but you need to be aware of it, how things are working. Okay, so just like to check box, what are the other Windows applications other Windows controls we have, those things we can focus in this session. Okay, this is nothing coding part, just like plain applications. Okay, so what are the other Windows controls we have, how to work with them? Okay, so if you look at the toolbox, you can see a lot of other controls as well. Let me try to introduce a picture box. Okay, you can drag and drop this picture box to the form. So this is the picture box, which allows you to change the height and width. So this programmatically also. Okay, this is the smart tag. You can see in all applications, maybe in web application also, this tag is called as the smart tag. Okay, whenever we set smart tag, you have to understand this. Okay, so this particular black symbol that we are seeing in the less than or arrow mark, that is called as the smart tag. So the purpose of the picture box in Windows application is if you wanted to bind any one of the Windows control, means any one of the external resource image to the your Windows form, you can use the picture box. See what I did is I went to here, I search for the picture box. Okay, so this is the picture box. I drag it to the form and go to the smart tag, click on choose image. You can browse to any one of the image on your system. Okay. So there are two ways. One is the local resource, means from the your C drive or somewhere you can import it. So let me take some images if I have. I'm not sure if I have some images here. I'm searching for image. Just wait for a second. Yeah, I don't have proper images, but you can try it out. Just go to the import. Okay, you can browse to your desktop where the image exists. Okay, so you can choose any one of the image like this and open. So that image will be binded to this one. And you do have other properties like stretch image. Okay, so it will change actually. Okay, automatically adjust within the image size and all. So if you run the application, you can see that image on your window. Okay, like this. Okay, so in similar way, we do have many other controls. This is the panel is another important one. So what is panel is, okay, suppose consider like this. You are trying to put multiple images on your Windows, multiple controls on your Windows form. So let me take one control, okay, one picture box. And okay, there are many things like this. Okay, so like this, there are multiple controls. Okay, so if you would like to hold them as the single unit, okay, so then we can use the concept of the panel. So basically what panel is, when there are multiple controls, you can put all of them into the single unit. So what is the benefit of working with the panel control is, okay, suppose imagine if you have like this, if you would like to move the controls, okay, you have to make sure you are selecting all of them, you are trying to move like this. So instead of like this, if you can plan to put them into the single panel control, you are just trying to move your panel control, then the elements of the remaining controls are auto adjustable. The benefit of this one is, suppose you see, suppose consider like this, you are trying to design a login form. Okay, so when you said a login form, there are two different login forms we have. One for the user, okay, one for the user. The other one is for the admin. Okay, there are two users actually. I would like to keep two separate login forms, one for the user, one for the admin. Suppose if you take your college as the example, maybe for teaching staff one login, non-teaching staff one login, HOD is one login, principal one login, and CEO of the company is one login. Like this, there are two different types of logins we have. So what kind of how the login form should look like? You can do the design here. Okay, you can put that particular design here. And here I will say enter user ID. And here I can say enter user password like this. Suppose if I'm using a different values for admin, okay, different values for admin. Okay, here I would like to say admin ID, admin password like this. Okay, so basically what you need is when you run the application initially, okay, when you run the application initially, let it be put text boxes also rather than doing, I don't want to go with the half word. So consider like this is the login form for admin and this is the login form for user. And let me put the buttons as well. So I'm trying to design the form, button 1 and button 2. So this is button 1 login and this is button 2 login. Okay, like this. So basically what you need is here I would like to keep two links. Let it be the link button. There will be one option for link label or link button like this. Okay, I'm trying to find out the best control to put it here. Okay, let it be taking two link labels like this. Okay, so if I click on this label, it has to display this one only. If I click on this table, it has to display this label only. Okay, this you can adjust. The link label one says user login and the other button will say admin login. Okay, like this. So what I need is when I run the application, okay, when I run the application, none of these two panels are visible. Okay, none of these two panels are visible. Okay, so that code you have to write it in the form load event. So when something to be happened, when you run the application itself, that code we have to put it in an event which is called as the page load event. To the labels, I do not give any ID, it seems, even not required instead of keeping panel one. Better to go with an ID, panel user. And to the other one, I have to keep it as the panel admin. Okay, I have designed like this. Okay, so now if I run the application, I need only these two, user login and admin login. The other things are should not be visible. Now you can see the benefit of using panel. Without panel, with panel, how to write this code. If I use the panel, okay, double click on the form because this has to be happen when I run the form itself. If something is to be happen when you load the form initially, simply double click on the form. It will navigate you to the form load event. Here we have to put the code. Panel admin dot visible equal to false. Panel a panel user dot visible equal to false. Only two lines are required. So if you run the application now, you cannot see those two panels. Okay, nothing is visible here. If I don't use the panel, okay, if I don't use the concept of the panel, still the design looks same. Okay, so if I don't keep the panel here, what is the code approach we have to do is, if I keep the panel, simply I can put it panel admin.visible equal to false. It will try to hide all the contents within the panel. Suppose if I don't put them into the panel, we have to write 6 lines of the code, like this dot visible equal to false, this text box dot visible equal to false. For everything, we have to write that code manually. And for this one also, we have to write, instead of writing 2 lines of code, we are forced to use total 8 to 10 lines of the code. So that is the benefit of the using panel. So basically, when we have to put a panel is when a group of elements to put it into the single space as per your need, then you can work with the panel. The other example, when we have to work with a panel is, suppose if we are trying to, okay, if you are asked to design a form like this, if you are asked to design a form like this, so in this form, let it be keeping different tabs. Okay, so different tabs. Suppose you are trying to do a application to take the a job application or something. So this is divided into 3 to 4 tabs in this format. Okay, in this format. Maybe in the first tab, you are trying to keep something like basic profile. Maybe in the second, like skills. Maybe in the third, like experience. Maybe in the fourth, like certification. Okay, like this, you have to put different set of information. Now, what I need is when I click on basic information, I have to see the only basic information related form here. So tabs oriented architecture, basic information, skills, experience, certification like this. Always I have to see the partial design of the form only, but I never wanted to see the complete form. In those cases, we have to work with the panels. Now, what I need is if I click on this particular button, user login button, it has to visible only panel user. So you can make it as panel user dot visible equal to true. Equal to true. Then what happens is panel 1 will be visible. The same thing you have to apply for the next one also. If I click on the second one, panel admin dot visible equal to false. Okay, so when you do this kind of panels visible true and false, we have to take few precautions actually. Now, if I run the application, what happens is initially, if I click on panel 1, this is visible. When I click on the second panel, again, I have to make the previous panel as the invisible. If not, what happens is both the panels are visible again, because when I click on this button initially, I put it on visibility. From the old state, it will come to the visibility state. When I click on the second button, if I'm only talking about the second panel, which is to be visible, probably it won't try to hide the previous panel also. Okay, suppose if I click here, this panel is visible. When I click here, this has to be true. Okay, so this is visible. If I click on the second panel, what happens is this one is only talking about visibility of the admin panel. It has no clue about the user panel is already visible state. Like this, both are visible. So in this case, what happens is you just try to add another line here. Whenever I click the first link button, it has to make the second panel as the automatically as invisible. Just try to make it. If it is any case, if the other panel is in the visible state, that will go to the false state. Okay, so that the panels will be hidden. Okay, now you can say this panel. If I say this panel like this, it will work. So based on your panels, either you can make it visible or the false. So like I said, the Windows applications, you have to understand the approach, code approach, because when we go to the web application, we will not discuss all these things. Like when I have to write the code in form load event, when the things are making true and false. Like this, we don't discuss much about these things. And the project that I will train you is also on the Windows application, sorry, web application only, not on Windows. Are you not seeing my other screen? Hello?
No, it's visible, sir.
Then why you guys are not intimating? Okay, anyways. Okay. So like this, we can make them visible and the false. I think I'm speaking from last 5 to 10 minutes. You guys are not on the screen. Okay, so this is the form design we have. And this is the page load event. When I click on the link one, I'm making the first one visible, second one false. Here I am doing it as the reverse. Okay, so in this fashion, it will work. Okay, if I don't keep this alone, if I keep only one here, okay, so that leads to the misleading. Okay, the first one is visible. When I click on the second one, it won't hide the previous one. So that looks, that code looks very bad. So whenever I click on any one of these links, I'm trying to ensure the other one will go to the previous state. Okay, like this, you have to put it. Now, if you run it, okay, so in this way, it will work. Okay, so this is the benefit of putting different controls into the single panel. We need not be working on individual panels separately. Okay. Fine. Actually, I have prepared to go through the loops and oops concept today. I'm not sure. Many guys are absent. Probably I will start it tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll go with oops. Sorry, loops. First loop concept. Maybe it takes an hour to complete all loops, for loops and all. Then we will start with the object-oriented concept. Okay. See, object-oriented concept is the backbone to entire .NET framework. Not only .NET framework, you can go to any other programming language. This is quite pillars of the entire programming. If you miss the object-oriented concept, if you don't practice them, then entire